So we are discussing now merits of the audiolingual method. So can you tell me, if it occurs to your mind, any advantage, any merit that is occurring to your mind? Do you think that the audiolingual method is good and it can be followed? Yes?
Quick learning.
Quick learning of what?
Quick learning of listening and speaking skills.
Okay, good, very nice. Quick learning. How can you say that students can learn these skills quickly?
Because it's easier to grasp when you are given any information in an audio-visual way.
Very nice. Yeah, that's true. Yes. So she's right. We can have a quick learning of listening and speaking skills. Okay, the first two important skills, the active skills of learning. Let's write it. Quick or rapid learning of. Quick learning of listening and speaking. Quick learning of listening. Listening, why? Because they are listening to the audios, audio cassettes. Listening. This is wrong. Listening. Quick learning of listening and speaking. Speaking, and they are made to speak after the teacher. So these two skills are improved, and the learning is rapid, the learning is quick, no doubt about it. So they develop listening and speaking skills quite efficiently. And another, you may say, they are learned quickly with the help of audiovisual aids. Audiovisual aids help in the enrichment of vocabulary as well. The vocabulary is also enriched by listening to the words on or the sentences or the utterances there on the tapes, audio tapes. So audiovisual aids not only assist in learning the language, they also make the learning interesting. They also make the learning interesting. It becomes very monotonous if you all the time speaking. If the teacher is all the time lecturing in the classroom. Like direct method, sometimes become very dull. Why? Because the teacher is all the time lecturing. So to make it interesting, what is required? Interaction is required. Interaction with the students, or to do away with this monotony. What is required? The teacher makes them watch the video clippings or make them listen to the audio. Audiovisual aids are used to assist the students' ability to form new language habits. So second point, you may say audio visual aids enrich the vocabulary and improve the spoken skills. Now, individual words are not taught. He is improving the vocabulary through sentences. Okay, complete sentences, S plus V plus O plus C. Okay, it's not that individual words are taught. When I wrote this audiovisual aids enrich the vocabulary, I'm not talking about individual words. He learns new words in sentences, in the context. Okay, so this is how and improve these skills, spoken skills. Mainly the spoken skills. You may say listening skills, it's understood, it's obvious, so I've not written. And yes, because the emphasis on oral behavior, oral drills, so students acquire a new form of verbal behavior. What do they acquire? A new form of verbal behavior. I'm writing it. What do you understand it by it? Students acquire a new form of Verbal behavior. Verbal behavior. Now this has to do with the behavioral theory of B.F. Skinner. Verbal behavior. Verbal is oral. Okay, reinforcement, stimuli, and all stimulus. Reinforcement is. So students acquire a new form of verbal behavior through listening, imitating. As I said, they mimic their teacher, imitating and performing control task. Like the arguments and dialogues have been control tasks. Students acquire a new form of verbal behavior. The meanings of the words are explained in a linguistic and cultural context and not in isolations. Teachers, they tell meanings, but they do not tell them in isolation. They tell them, how do they tell them? In the cultural context. Students learn the target language communicatively and automatically. This was pointed out earlier also. Means they learn it naturally, they learn it automatically. Although this is sometimes mechanical also. It depends, If the teacher is imaginative, then even he can make this mechanical method also natural, spontaneous, lively. It all depends upon the teacher as well as the students. Imagination plays a key role, everywhere. Whether you're teaching language, whether you're learning language or learning anything for that matter in the classroom. Even a science teacher has to be imaginative. Even a teacher of maths has to be imaginative, I must say. Okay, although there is no scope of imagination there, yet if he is imaginative, he can even make the teaching of mathematics or teaching of science interesting. Is it not?
Yes, sir.
And we were talking about native speakers like model. So through this method, students can gain accurate pronunciation. What is the target?
Accurate pronunciation.
Yeah, okay. Accurate pronunciation is targeted. Yes. Accurate pronunciation is targeted. Right? The target is to attain the accurate pronunciation. Do you have double T there or single T there? I think single. Is it not?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Accurate pronunciation is targeted. And how do we attain this accurate pronunciation? Is suppose the teacher doesn't know, if he is not himself good at English, the pronunciation, then what would he do and what he should do or he ought to do in order to make his students learn the accurate pronunciation?
You should use an audio aid.
He should use audio aid. Okay. He should make his students listen to the audio lectures or say audio dialogues. Dialogues in the audio form. Yeah. So correct pronunciation and correct grammatical structures, you may say, are learned easily through this method. It helps learner to improve their say accent also, because teacher is speaking with proper accent, proper rhythm and in proper intonation, we said. So they can acquire fluency and accuracy also. Accuracy means correct language learning, and fluency means without any pauses. How can you attain fluency? When you are say repeating the sentences and learning them over and over again, then you attain fluency also. So, and this fluency and accuracy can be attained by listening to the audio aids, or say audio visual gadgets, you may say. The teacher would themselves say show them or sometimes demonstrate them through body gestures, or sometimes make diagrams and all there on the board. And one thing, why are students given oral drills and we were talking about positive feedback and negative feedback. Is it not? What happens when students get positive feedback? Their errors are avoided. Okay, their errors are minimized. So this method helps us in minimizing our errors. So you may say errors are carefully avoided. Errors are carefully avoided. Errors are carefully avoided because they lead to formation of bad habits. If you are speaking wrong English and teacher doesn't make any correction, then what will happen? These bad habits or these errors will be reinforced. So what do we need to reinforce? We need to reinforce good habits. We need to reinforce correct English, accurate pronunciation. Isn't that so? So positive reinforcement helps the students to develop correct habits. Positive reinforcement helps the students to develop correct habits, correct learning. Besides, it enables learners to learn from the mistakes. Mistakes are being corrected by the teacher. Whenever students go wrong, what does the teacher do? The teacher corrects the mistakes. Okay, so mistakes are corrected via teacher, through teacher. That means, yeah. So these are the advantages. Okay, and then what's the role of mother tongue in this method? What is the role of mother tongue in the audio-luminal method?
Very minimum.
Very minimum, almost say almost no role, you may say. Mother tongue doesn't have any role. Or you may say, okay, minimum, very minimum interference of the mother tongue. Maybe, seldom do we have such cases where mother tongue is to be used. So we may say that we have minimum interference of the mother tongue. This is the advantage. If you are using the mother tongue in a minimum way, or if not using it at all, then there are chances that you pick up the target language quickly. Minimum interference. Minimum interference of the mother tongue, or L1. I am writing L1, mother tongue. Instructions are given in the target language. Okay, students' native language interferes as little as possible, and that's why there are chances that students acquire the target language quickly. They acquire the target language rapidly. And since now what happens? Since you have audio visual aids, sometimes, what do we do? Let's suppose I am teaching Animal Farm and I have completed Animal Farm now. So I can show my students the movie Animal Farm. So even 100 students can sit in a class and watch the movie Animal Farm. And after showing them the movie, I can even discuss the questions with them. I can ask them, well, what differences do you find in the novel, the original novel, and in the movie? Because when you watch movie, when you watch novel in a form of movie, then you're watching it through the eye of a director, is it not? The way the director has perceived. But some movies are based verbatim on the novel, means you have the same storyline or same say narration as you have in the novel, that way. So so I was telling you that this method is suitable even for the large classes. Suitable for the large classes. It's suitable for the large classes because it is a teacher dominated method. Students do not have a very major role to play as they have in the direct method. in the direct method, the classes are interactive also. Here, then whatever they listen, they either listen to the teacher and repeat, and they are repeating just the same thing what the teacher is saying to them. Imagination doesn't have a very big role to play here in this audiolingual method. So this method is suitable for the large classes. This method is very easy and convenient to teach even the large group of students. The teacher is regarded as an orchestra. Okay, the teacher is like an orchestra leader, conducting, guiding and controlling the students' behavior in the target language. Okay, he's just how what does our orchestra leader do? He just moves his hand like this. Okay, and the musicians they understand the signs, and they they would do things unerringly. Means whatever he is giving signals and they are following the signals. In the same way, the teacher gives the signals. Okay, signals are sometimes he would just speak out half sentence and the students would complete. Elephant is a huge animal. Okay, this is what he would do. So what a teacher like in an audiolingual class is like an orchestra leader, conducting, guiding and controlling the students' behavior. Okay, in the target language, in the native language. Okay, so these are the advantages. Okay, I'm just reading it quickly. Quick learning of listening and speaking. Take them down. Okay, audiovisual aids enrich the vocabulary and improve the spoken skills, and the students acquire a new form of verbal behavior. Accurate pronunciation is targeted. Errors are carefully avoided. Minimum interference of the mother tongue, suitable for the large classes. So these are a few advantages. Now let us move on to the disadvantages. Okay. What do you say about this method? Audiolingual method, do you find it interesting? I think this method is followed there in your schools and colleges. Is it not?
Yes, sir.
Which method is followed there in your college? Which method is followed? Do you have grammar translation method there in your college?
No, sir.
No, grammar translation method is not followed. Which method is followed?
Bilingual.
Bilingual method is okay. So the teacher speaks bilingually. He speaks in both the languages, in English as well as Hindi. Okay, that means in the mother tongue. Well,